Welcome back, sports fans. This is the Bob and Ron Show.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Ron.
Ron, first of all, right off the bat, I just want to say it's great to be back on the air. As all of you know out there in YouTube land, we've been off the air for 6 months. We apologize.
Very sorry, fans. Very sorry.
Long story short, we don't have a good excuse.
Well, he was moving out to Michigan State. We had stuff going on. Starting up the hockey season, got a lot of things going on. But we're promising every Monday, we're bringing you a new video. Every Monday, sports will be highlighted right here in Detroit City by the Bob and Ron team.
Ron, we'll be back every Monday. We're going to try to take the workload down once a week. And I'm going to tell you, we have a new set, as you guys can obviously see. We're trying to go through a little bit of the nature. We got some plants here. It may look like the Amazon a little bit, but, Ron, I love it. It's bringing some new energy, and you got to love that natural sunlight coming into the studio, accompanying us for our sports broadcasting. Ron, let's get right into the Rondown, and let's get right back into it and tell these fans what is on tap for this evening.
Absolutely, Bob. We got the Wings. They're starting up the new season. They're 2-0 already. We've got a lot of new guys coming in, new faces. We're going to talk about them, get us really going. Then we're going to move on to the Lions. Got their first win today, or not today, yesterday, which was phenomenal. And then we have Michigan State. They played on Saturday. Pretty great game. Michigan State won. And then we also have a new installment coming in. It's called The Fantastic Finish. We're going to have a minute, and we're just going to shout out what we think of the upcoming events in the next couple days. And let's get right into it. Detroit Red Wings.
Wow. I love the Wings. Today, they signed Mike Babcock, 4-year contract extension. I'm loving that because, as you know, I'm obsessed with Mike Babcock and that beautiful head of hair that he has.
He's got a Facebook page for it.
Unbelievable. But, it's really great to have hockey season back here. As you guys know, right before our last broadcast, we were just getting into the NHL playoffs. Disappointing finish for the Wings at the end of the playoffs, disappointing exit. But, you got to say they're back, and this team has a new face, Ron.
Yes, they do. Mike freaking Modano.
He's back in the
He changed me from a Sharks fan to a Red Wings fan. I am back to the Wings, Bob.
How about number 90?
That's a classy.
It takes a lot of sway to pull that number off. Yeah, Mike, you're here. You're back, and I'll tell you, first game of the season, home opener against the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. What does Mike Modano do? 5 minutes into the first period, boom, snipe show into the side of the net, beating Jonas Hiller. And I got to say, I love him on that power play, Ron.
I love him too. I already told you, Bob. I wrote it on my Facebook page. He's going to get more than at least 20 goals this season. He got 16 last year in Dallas. Dallas doesn't have the team that Detroit has. He's going to be getting pucks fed to him by Zetterberg, Datsuk, Lindstrom. There's so many options for him to put the puck in the net.
Ron, through 2 games, he's on pace for a 41-goal season. And I have to tell you, if he does hold on to this pace, that would be phenomenal. Of course, we will keep you updated on the Mike Modano goal watch throughout the season. But, I got to tell you, along with him, I think the additional Ruslan Saleh on this team could really prove, he's a lesser-known player, but he's going to log in some solid ice time. And I think that could be one of those under-the-radar moves that really pushes the Wings, further.
Definitely. I'll tell you, Ruslan Saleh played for Mike Babcock when he and the Ducks went to, I believe, the finals or the Western Conference Finals. So Ruslan Saleh knows Mike Babcock's system, and I see him doing very well, getting back into that shape that he was. And he's going to be good veteran leadership coming into the playoffs.
I highly agree with that.
And I'll tell you what, Bob, the one guy that's under the radar that we're completely forgetting, Yuri Hudler, he's back from Russia.
Yeah, you're right. I was completely forgetting him, and you were correct in saying that is a huge move. Because Yuri Hudler was a huge, huge part of this team.
I think he scored about 25 goals the last season he played with them.
When they made the back-to-back Stanley Cup runs, Yuri Hudler was very instrumental. He's a dirty player. Not dirty, but he gets into the play. He really gets in there, feels it out, plays physical, and we really like that about Yuri. But I got to tell you, I think Valtteri Filppula is really, really set for a breakout year.
Definitely.
I say 35 goals for Philps, and this Red Wings team really has some firepower. We need to watch out for them. We will, of course, keep you posted, but they're 2-0 through 2 games. Jimmy Howard getting the shutout in season opener. You got it.
Beautiful. Well, let's move on to these guys right here. The Lions.
Yes,
they win a game.
Ron, you know how much I love the Detroit
I
Lions.
do. You're a diehard fan.
And I have to tell you, through the first 4 games of this season, we really didn't know what to expect from this team. They had trouble finishing out games. They of course lost all 4 games, but 3 of those games, the one in Chicago, of course, we won. All you fans out there know that. Complete, for lack of a better word, bad call. And, I just got to say, Ron, they really needed this win. They're at home. They sold out the game to avoid the blackout, and they came out and, that opening onside kick by the St. Louis Rams, they opened the game.
What the hell was that?
I think that was them saying, we don't take you guys seriously. We're going to come in and, we're just going to, no. Okay, they weren't having any of that, and I'll tell you, the Lions made a statement yesterday. And Sean Hill, he played great quarterback.
Great.
Absolutely great. But, when Stafford comes back, I think it's going to be even bigger. But, they played great, and you saw him spread the ball around. There were 5 receivers yesterday with 4 receptions, and I like that, getting everybody involved in the game. Calvin Johnson, Nate Burleson, Brandon Pettigrew, Tony Scheffler. I mean, just everybody's getting involved in the offense, and I really like seeing that out of this team.
Definitely, Javon Best played a real great game, too.
He did.
That run game was phenomenal. And the offensive line's not getting a lot of credit, but they're doing a great job keeping Hill from getting sacked and, giving Best his shot to run.
You're absolutely right, Ron. I think that is a completely underrated part of this team, and we should expect to see improvement coming up. They got a real tough game against the Giants this coming week, but I think if they play well, they played solid ball, special team, defense, offense, everything. And I got to say, if they do that again versus the New York Giants, there's no reason why they can't give Eli Manning and his crew a run for their money.
Absolutely. Well, let's move on to the Michigan State game on Saturday. State wins. It was huge in East Lansing. We went to East Lansing, had a great party. Unbelievable night. Michigan State beats Shoelace.
Yeah, Ron, I was extremely happy with that result, as I know you were as well, being Michigan State fans. But I got to say, I can't remember a Michigan State game that was more hyped coming into. In recent history, that was huge. Both teams undefeated, neck and neck, right next to each other in the rankings. And this is a huge team, a huge game. Both teams needed it to say, hey, we're going to prove ourselves. And Michigan took a lot of flack because Robinson, of course, a lot of people see him as a one-man team.
Absolutely.
But I got to say that he is. This Michigan team isn't they're not good.
I'll tell you what, if he had his shoe didn't come off in that one run, he probably could have gotten on 50 yards.
Yeah, he needs to learn how to tie those damn things, okay? It's a cool nickname, but dude, you're a grown-up, okay? If not, just start wearing some Velcro or something, because that's not working for you anymore, okay? You're playing Big Ten football, step it up. I got to say, Michigan, they need to get better on the defensive side of the ball. And Denard, he's a great athlete. He's a great dynamic player, but he needs to learn how to be a more complete quarterback. He needs to learn how to pass the ball and everything. And once he comes into his own, which he will, he's only a sophomore, but they will be a much more dangerous team down the road when that happens. We'll see in the coming weeks how they respond to this. But I think Michigan State, with this win, they have a legitimate shot to run the table.
Absolutely. And now it's time for the fantastic finish, folks. Put 1 minute on that clock. We have our first category, Moss to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I absolutely love it. You know how much I love Randy Moss when he first went in the league. He's back. He's in Minnesota. Brett Favre, going with the hookup. Who do you like in the Monday night game, Ron?
I'll tell you who I like. The Minnesota Vikings, Bob.
I like
going
it too.
somewhere.
I like it too. Favre coming back to New York in light of this new scandal. He might be texting and leaving some racy voicemails to these broads, but I'll tell you, he's back in New York, and he's going to get a win tonight.
I'll tell you, he apologized to all his teammates, though, today, and that's a great, classy act by him. And, Vikings, they have to win. He's going to throw the ball to Moss at least 20 times tonight, guaranteed.
Yeah, 20 would be a big number, but you know what? It could happen. It's far. And I got to tell you, one more message before we get out of here. Everybody, thanks for your support. Get back online. Get those messages out to us. What do you want to hear from us coming up next Monday? We'll get it on the show. We love you, fans. Kids, go outside. Play some football. We got this beautiful weather outside. It's not going to be around much longer. Ron?
Stop looking at the TV. Stop playing video games. Get out. Throw some football. Have some fun. See you guys next week.
See you boys next Monday.